Hello there and welcome back to the Agostinho Zinga show with your host, Agostinho Zinga, and this is episode number 736. It should be 739 actually, 739 of the Agostinho Zinga show. I hope you're well wherever this live stream may find you. I hope you are doing swimmingly. How am I? All good, all things considered. All good, all things considered. I cannot complain. I cannot cry. I should be crying and complaining, but I'm not going to do so because what's the bloody point? What's the bloody point? So today's live stream or today's podcast, today's live stream turned into a podcast will be mostly me reviewing in real time Pharrell Williams' latest Louis Vuitton show for fall 2024. I avoided all the spoilers. I kept away from it. I even stopped previous live streams I was listening to because they were talking about it. I jumped away from flipping posts on Instagram. I've largely not seen the majority of the collection. I've seen some bits here and there because it's unavoidable, because people on social media love to share the things that they're looking at in real time. So it's almost impossible not to see some things really. But for the most part, I've avoided most of it. So I'm going to be watching it live and reacting to it in real time. And then of course, going over some of the pictures that I'm going to be seeing in detail on Vogue Runway. And then of course, jumping on to some other topics as well at hand. But first things first, before we jump into that, first thing is bloody first. First thing is bloody first. Can we please talk about Man United v Tottenham? I know some days have passed now and I haven't reviewed it quickly. I need to start doing these match reviews a bit sooner, post-match, so I can get my thoughts and feelings straight from, fresh from the flipping feelings of the actual match. But bloody hell, what a terrible, terrible performance. Result, not too bad considering how well Spurs have been playing lately, even though their results haven't been great because they're one of the best attacking teams in the league. They have one of the most, they probably scored the most goals as well, if I'm not mistaken. I remember seeing a stat about that somewhere. So result wise, not too shabby, but performance. Are you kidding me, bro? Are you kidding me? So Man United v Tottenham. We played them at home on the Sunday just gone, and if anything, they had probably their second string team out. Maybe even you'd maybe say their third base team because of all the injuries and suspensions they've got to their first team. Their players coming back from long stretches of injury, like Van der Ven and a few other people. But in general, right, they had a midfield. Think about this. They had a midfield containing, right, Oliver Skip and Pierre Højbjerg. And Højbjerg was the player that during the summer, I think we were linked to him, and loads of United fans on the timeline were spitting feathers at the thought of having Højbjerg pull up at our midfield. He's not good enough, he's too slow, he's no better than what we already have, blah, 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 blah. Well, guess what? Those three guys, including Bentancur, who's probably the best, player on the pitch, really, when it comes to United, when it comes to midfield players anyway. But those three midfielders, in terms of Højbjerg, Bentancur, and Skip, absolutely dominated us in midfield. Absolutely ran the show, especially in the second half. It was pretty embarrassing to see. And if anything, this result, I feel like, was another reminder as to why people like myself are so vehemently and so staunchly Erik ten Hag out. Because it's one thing to say, hey, we need all our players to come back and us to play well. But then when you're facing a team like Tottenham, who's been depleted by injuries, it's really bad. It's really bad to see a team that's been depleted by injuries, especially some of their better players, still playing the same way they played at the beginning of the season. That fast, aggressive, on the front foot, attacking football that they play, they could still play that with Højbjerg and Oliver Skip up in midfield. They could still play that way with Richarlison, Timo Werner, and Brian Johnson playing up front. I don't think any United fan would have conscious, even myself, a United fan that thinks most of our squad is fucking shit and we're a terrible team and we need the Glazers gone sooner rather than later, because without the Glazers going, we're never going to be restored to our former glory. Even I, a cynical doomsayer when it comes to United, I would not even swap one of those players in Tottenham's front line for any of ours. Timo Werner, Richarlison, or Brian Johnson. Not really good players individually. But guess what? When you've got a good coach, he can coach fairly ordinary players who have basically flattered to deceive, very, players that maybe have a lot of potential but haven't realized it at the moment. He can coach them into playing a somewhat attractive brand of football. He can coach them into having actual chances. He can coach them into a way of Richarlison winning, running across his defender and flicking in the header into the fucking back post. He can coach that into his players. Yes, he can't coach Timo Werner into not being a player that's constantly offside, but he can coach him into being a threat. He can coach them into holding the width. He can coach them into fucking always attacking and running behind the back line, as he did. Obviously, Brian Johnson's another one. Maybe not the best player in the world, but still, he was able to coach these players into a coherent team in less than, 6 months or whatever it's been. So that's the really concerning thing for United fans. Erik ten Hag has spent a bunch of money. He still wants to spend more. He keeps talking about injured players and and not having his best team. That's why we're not playing a certain way. Then we face Spurs at home and they bop us around the park and they play like their home. They come to Old Trafford and they make that their home stadium. They bop us around for the majority of the first half, for definitely large parts of the second half. I think the statistics can tell that actually they had the lion's share of possession. Yeah, look at that. Look at the possession stats. We were playing at home. That's embarrassing. Look at the possession stats. Look at the stats overall. The stats for that game. Tottenham 16 shots. We had 9. Tottenham 6 shots on target. We had 2. Tottenham possession 64%. We have 36. Tottenham 555 passes. We had 313. Tottenham pass accuracy 89. Us 75. And they're playing Oliver Skip and Pierre Holberg in midfield. Can you imagine how embarrassing that was? So again, horrible performance. Decent result. I was happy for Rasmus Højlund. His finish was incredible. Out of thin air, really. It was a ridiculously funny finish from Højlund, because if I'm not mistaken, Rashford actually got the ball on the wing and cut in and basically ran into defenders. That's kind of been his trademark. The last 18 months or so, Rashford has been fucking terrible. He's one of our worst performing players, but consistently keeps playing because I guess the manager's in love with him or whatever is going on, but he's fucking terrible. He's definitely kind of reached his peak and we probably need to sell him ASAP. And he does this thing where he constantly runs into defenders. He doesn't really have that explosive pace anymore. He can't really dribble past people. Of course, his finishing ability and shooting is obviously still good, but when it comes to that attacking play and dribbling in the box, he's not great. And obviously his end product is a bit questionable. So he cuts in, tries to dribble past defenders, but runs into them. And then if I'm not mistaken, I think it's Udogie or one of the defenders tackles him, and that tackle gets passed on to Højbjerg. Højbjerg, a couple of touches to push the ball out and then smashes it with his left foot right into the top corner. Amazing finish. It kind of reminded me of like Aguero finishes back in the day, where he wouldn't really had, there wasn't much space and he'd smash the ball and he'd literally kind of rip the roof of the net. Amazing finish for him. So I'm happy for Højbjerg because he's had a tough time in terms of scoring goals and playing well in the Premier League, right? But I'm happy for him. Then of course we continue playing. Richarlison gets an opportunity to equalize, and he does. It's a very well worked corner from them. They whip the corner in very fast, very flat into the near post. Richarlison gets a run on his man. Obviously our defenders are static and not really active or defending or really being on their toes. He's able to run in our defender and flick the goal, the headed ball into the corner of the net. Really good header, to be honest. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of Richarlison, I do respect his aerial ability and how much of a threat he is with his head. It's amazing to see that. Then in the second half, the game completely shifted. For some reason, the game completely shifted in the fucking second half, even though we went into that second half 2-1 up with a quite brilliant finish from Rashford. He actually gets into the box and he manages to get the ball out of his feet and kind of slide the ball through, I think, Van der Ven as he's sliding in, and it goes into the bottom corner. Really good finish. What I didn't like about Rashford's finish was his fucking celebration. Did you guys see Marcus Rashford's celebration against fucking Tottenham? When he was fucking doing that hand signal with his flipping hand, like, as in like, oh, everybody's talking, too much talking. Bro, this guy has only scored 2 goals, I think, in the last 4 months. He's got 4 goals this season, I think so. And here he is doing the hand sign to the fans, like, shut up, stop talking. Like, I'm a bad boy player. Like, what? The ego that some of our players, why do our players have this level of ego? How can they have so much, like, confidence, so much fucking bravado when they've achieved fucking absolutely nothing in a game and they're fucking garbage? If we had actual good owners, if we had a manager that wasn't, that didn't have a tendency to pick his favorites, he wouldn't even be playing for Man United. That's the actual reality of the situation. He's probably playing at a worse level than what fucking Raheem Sterling was playing at before he got shifted from Man City. Man City saw Raheem Sterling's powers dwindling and they let him go to Chelsea. I think Rashford is playing at a worse level than Raheem Sterling was playing for Man City. And I think Raheem Sterling still got a couple good years in him. Rashford has fucking been donkey shit. 2 goals in 2 months. And this nigga's out here doing, stop talking hand puppet signs. To the fans either. He's not doing it to the pundits because the pundits haven't been criticizing him. It's only the fans. The fans have been going mad like myself, going to the manager. Why the fuck are you keep playing this fucking guy? Why the fuck do you keep persisting with this dude when he's been playing so shit? Why isn't there like a meritocracy in this team? Why is it that some players, like a Bruno, like a fucking Scott McTominay, like a Rashford or whatever, right? Why is it they could just keep playing consistently, even Anthony, every single week, despite how badly informed they are, despite how badly they're actually performing in general on the pitch? And then when they do end up scoring a goal, right? A random goal, a goal that wasn't really worked in any kind of way, and they didn't really do anything else for the entire match, here they are doing the fucking hand sign, the hand puppet sign. Like, Ashley, what an absolute piece of shit he is. Honestly, what an absolute piece of shit. What an absolute piece of shit. But again, not surprised, not bloody surprised at that. So going back to the game, second half starts, and of course, United do what United do. We start again, I don't know what this manager does to this team. He gets the team in at half time. I'm imagining he's giving them a rollicking. I'm imagining he's telling them to be organized, to be compact. And if you know anything about football, you know the second half, the first 10 minutes are the most important, especially if you're only 2-1 ahead. You want to keep yourself somewhat compact. You want to make sure you kind of, quote unquote, stifle the game. Maybe you want to catch them on a break and get another quick goal. But the last thing you want to do is concede a goal in the first 10 minutes of fucking extra time. And bitch, guess what happens? We concede a goal within the first 50 seconds of the second half. The first 50 seconds we can see the goal. Now don't get me wrong, Bentancur's finish was fucking sublime, and if to be honest, he was the best midfielder on the pitch. He's definitely a quality player. Spurs have been missing him. He's been injured for long spells of his Spurs career, but when he plays, that guy is fucking top quality. He'd walk into our team with his fucking eyes closed and his fucking arms behind his back. He'd fucking play for us fucking hogtied if he wanted to. He's a brilliant player, but how can we concede a goal so quickly like that in the second half? And then, of course, once we conceded that goal, guess what happened? It took all of the vibes. It took all of the energy. It took all of the umph that we had in the game out. We were done. We were done. The moment we conceded that goal, it was over. They wrapped it up. They put more pressure on us. They were firing shots at our goal. Possession was fucking crazy. And we were just chasing shadows. And it was so upsetting to watch. Of course, substitutions. What's the point of fucking getting into all that sort of shit? But again, this over-reliance and tendency to fucking go for Scott McTominay as a bloody option off the bench when we need a goal. Imagine Scott McTominay coming on as an option when we need a goal. Imagine the thought of that. Imagine bringing on Scott fucking McTominay as an option when you need to fucking score a goal. And then you know what happened? He nearly actually scored a goal. He nearly actually scored a winning goal at the end. Right at the end, he nearly scored a winning goal, which would have been the biggest robbery of all time. You actually saw Erik ten Hag react to it and rub his head and jump around. He knew deep down that would have been the biggest robbery of all time if we ended up nicking a goal from McTominay's header. I think it was a Garnacho cross, a pretty good cross actually, and he ended up kind of getting underneath it and not being able to finish it. But we didn't deserve to win. A draw probably was even not a deserved result for us anyway. And if anything, that performance is another reminder as to why I will be staunchly Ten Hag out. But I'm also very conscious of the idea that I don't want a caretaker manager. I also don't want us to get in somebody for the interim who's going to come in and get our hopes up. Either way, if we get an interim manager, it could either end up like a Ralph Ragnick situation where the players down tools and don't take that person seriously because they're essentially a glorified, they're basically a football version of a supply teacher, or it can go really well, like an Ole Gunnar Solskjaer thing. We get in a fucking interim manager, we have a new manager bounce, and then they turn out to be shit. I don't want any of that. If anything, I want us to go through the entire January not signing a single player. I want us to get rid of who we want to get rid of in terms of trimming the squad down. And then I want Erik ten Hag to stay until the end of the season and then get his marching orders at the end of the season. Even if he manages to get us in the top 4, I don't care. Get him at the end of the season and then assess who you want as a manager in the summer with Enyos, whoever's fucking in charge. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see like a knee-jerk reaction, get someone in now for the sake of it, because I don't want that. Because if anything, if we get someone in now, who are we going to get in? the ex fucking Brighton manager, the guy that got his confidence depleted at Chelsea. I don't want him. Do you know what I mean? I think he probably needs another job to get his confidence back a little bit, to kind of, rebuild his reputation, and then maybe he might get another big job. But I don't think, even if I was him, I forgot his fucking name, even if I was him, I wouldn't go to United anyway, because that would be another real big blunder for him. Off the back of coming from getting sacked by Chelsea, and then, maybe suffering a reputational damage that way, then going to such a crazy hellhole psycho club like United, it wouldn't be the best move for him. So we probably would need to stay far away. Yeah, Graham Potter, that's his name, Graham Potter. We probably need to stay far away from Graham Potter as possible, and Graham Potter needs to stay as far away from us as possible too. He doesn't need United. We don't need him also. Erik ten Hag should see the season out, regardless of how bad the results are, and then we can assess our options this summer. That's my opinion. I hope that's, somewhat clear, and you understand what I mean. You can tell by the sound of my voice and how much I'm getting out of breath that I'm fucking pissed off. But you know what? It is what it is. It is what it is. So let's move on to the main chunk of the show. The main chunk of the show, I want to watch Louis Vuitton Men's full 2024 show. That's, by the creative director Pharrell Williams. Now, I've seen some stuff here and there about it, some sort of cowboy motifs and whatever it may be, but I haven't seen the full show in its entirety. So we're gonna play the show now. I'm assuming there'll be some copyright music as a soundtrack. So if the stream does go down, please forgive me. I will then pause it and mute the fucking music and then just play it normally. But hopefully there's no crazy copyright music on here. But let me just play it anyway. So this is Men's Fall 2024 show, courtesy of Louis Vuitton's YouTube channel. Actually, wow, man, look at the amount of views this show gets. The show's already on 796,000 views. Jesus Christ. Okay, fair enough. I didn't know they get that many views for a fashion show. So let's see what Pharrell Williams is cooking up. His previous shows I've not liked. His resort show that he did, I think in Hong Kong somewhere, was terrible. I thought his debut show was pretty okay. Pretty decent outing. But since then, he's kind of flattered to deceive. I've seen the Timberlands collaboration. I don't give a fuck about that. That lunch bag, sandwich bag thing is fucking terrible and very unimaginative. I'm not really sold on it. I sold some workwear jacket that kind of copied the Dickies jacket. I'm not really sold on that either. I think the idea of like, a luxury brand making workwear clothes, I find that almost insulting. It's almost like working class stolen valor, but then they're charging you 10 times the price of what a Carhartt Dickies jacket would be like. It's like, come on, man. Like, if I want a work jacket, I'll just buy a vintage one on eBay or a fucking charity shop, or I'll just buy one directly from Dickies for under $100 or like $150. I'm not gonna buy one from you for like 10 grand. Do you know what I mean? That's insane. Let's watch the video anyway. Louis Vuitton Full Men's 2024 show. Let's go. The show opens up at the back of the model, walking for the backstage. Constant theme into the runway, I guess. So what, is that the whole team at Louis Vuitton behind the backstage? Or is this people from the show? It's an overflow, so they got people to stand. 'Cause that's pretty cool if that's the case. If this is kind of the overflow and they got people to stand backstage, that's cool. If this is just the people that work behind the scenes at Louis Vuitton having to stand around as props and shit, that's a bit annoying. Do you know what I mean? You're working a fucking 15-hour shift and then the next thing they want you to do is to stand there and pretend to be fucking fashion fans. Like, you probably want to go home. You probably want to take off your boots, put on your Crocs. You know what I mean? Like, have a fucking Campari or something and sleep. Yeah, and again, big up the stream chat. Thank you for joining me, by the way. Sorry I didn't acknowledge you. Thank you for the stream chat for joining me. I appreciate all of you there. If you're watching the show live and you're enjoying what you see, make sure you like the stream. But big up the stream chat. Big up Valley Yoga, Tom, Fabe, Matthew Maloney. I see you there. Bun on Rugs, Half Moon Bardo. Big up all of you guys. Smash your fucking chest. Let's fucking go. Okay, walks out to the runway, mirrored walls. Aesthetic wise, it's very Virgil coded, isn't it? I know, Virgil was obviously not the first person to do fucking elaborate set designs, but in terms of what it looks like, this looks like something Virgil could have done, right? In terms of the set design. Like, they come out, of this mirrored fucking doorway or something. You've got this guy that looks like he might be, what's the politically correct way to call him? is it native? Is it American Indian? I'm not sure what the correct word is, but you got someone that comes out looking like that, or from that kind of background, wearing these amazing earrings, the hair parted the way it is, the nice jacket, the jeans. So it kind of, it kind of reminds me of something that Virgil would have done. There's a lot of stories tied into this, a lot of motifs, a lot of themes. Okay, nice white jacket. Oh, I think. Oh, I love this. This reminds me a little bit of what's that show? Yeah, 1980. Is it 1984, 1914? No, sorry. Yellowstone has a prequel. Sorry, there's a Yellowstone prequel. I think it's like 1883. And in that Yellowstone prequel, I didn't know this was a thing, but I guess back in those days, in around 1800s, there was a big, there were people from, I guess, the Catholic Church trying to convert Native Americans into, I guess, being Catholic. And it turned into like having these fucking all girls schools, and all the girls from the Native American communities would be forced to go there. And basically they'd be treated kind of like slaves a little bit, but they'd also be put through these schools where they'd kind of be quote unquote westernized, Americanized. They'd strip them of their identity. They'd rid them of their language. They couldn't speak their language. They had to only speak English. They'd get abused physically, mentally, all this sort of stuff. And if I'm not mistaken, they had these squares in the show 1883. These kind of red clay. I don't know what they were though. I don't know if they were like a farming thing, if that was a weird punishment thing. I don't know what it was, but I do remember the scene in 1883 where there's a really rebellious girl in the show, and she's almost like digging in the. I don't know if they're like sand pits or something, but that's what it's kind of reminded me of a little bit. That's a nice coat, actually. The coat's really nice, I'm not gonna lie. I like that coat. I'm kind of bored of that bag already though, by the way. Is it a Keppel, whatever that bag is? I'm kind of bored of it. I don't know about that look though. I don't know about that look at all. Look number 3 with a cowboy hat and the jeans and that looks a little bit shit. I'm not gonna lie. That's kind of looking Philip Pliny. That it's almost looking Philip Pliny, isn't it? A little bit. We're only 3 looks in and it's looking a bit Philip Pliny. Okay, that's okay, but still. There's a jacket here. Look number 4. It's got embroidery on the denim jacket. These nice, I guess, olivey type pants. Again with the accessories. I don't know, man. I'm not feeling this yet already. That's decent. He's wearing the jeans that you'd wear if you're, I guess, horseback riding. I guess it's got an extra little part on the outside, which is, I guess, meant to help you so your legs don't rub or your jeans don't get ripped and shit. I quite like that with the really big belt buckle that Cowboyz would wear, and a Western shirt with the fucking with the, what's that thing called, with that tie. I don't know what that tie particularly is called. Maybe it's a rope tie. I don't know what the name of it is. It reminds me of the thing that guy from KFC wears. The bag is it's just something about this Western thing. Like it's difficult to wear Western inspired clothes, right? Because cowboy inspired, because it kind of looks sometimes a little bit too like a plain dress up. That's why I think people that live in like Austin and whatever it may be, and people that are into country music, they have to do it kind of very subtly. You have to wear a hat and just maybe the boots, but you can't go too overboard because you end up looking like you're going to a Halloween party or something, right? You have to kind of, it's a fine line between looking like you're going to a Halloween party and being mistaken for somebody that might be from Dallas or Austin or something. There's something about it, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm calling it. I'm calling it already. I'm only like 6 or 10 looks in. I'm calling it. This is fucking terrible. I'm calling it already. This is absolutely garbage. I'm calling it. This is not good. This is not good in the slightest. I'm not liking this at all. Who would have thought it, eh? Who would have thought it? Pharrell Williams, a guy that hasn't designed anything ever, really, full collection-wise, gets given the keys to Louis Vuitton men's and puts out a collection that's incredibly yawny, incredibly forgetful, incredibly like just redundant and unimaginative and basic. You know, who would have thought it? Who would have thought it? The guy that, you know, can barely design streetwear clothes is having a difficulty putting together a full fashion collection. Who would have guessed it? Eh? Who would have guessed it? The bags are okay, I guess. Double-breasted jacket, again, like, I've seen that look a million times. Double-breasted suit jacket with that almost kilt thing. I've seen that silhouette, that look a million times. If you're seeing, look at what JW Anderson did the other day at Milan Fashion Week. Look at what fucking Prada did the other day at Milan Fashion Week. Like, you gotta, like, these are the levels, bro. You gotta bring something else to the game. SS Daily the other day, like, come on, bro. This isn't good enough. Especially for the opening day of Paris Fashion Week. This is what we open with. This is one of the biggest show we open with, and we got this. We got fucking double-breasted jackets with kilts and big trousers. Like, come on, bro. It's 2024. Come with something fresh, bro. This is basically spring 2025, right? Because that's by the time those things come into the stores, or by the time people wear them, they'll be wearing them in fucking 2025. Like, you have to be ahead of the game, bro. This is too old. There's like a mustard suit here. Yeah, this is so shit. It's kind of like, maybe because of the Timberland boots, you know what it's kind of reminding me of? It's kind of reminding me of like a Nigerian cowboy. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting Nigerian Bible Belt cowboy. Does that make any sense? I'm getting like, you know, Lagos born, Dallas living, you know? That's what it's giving. It's giving one of those. Imagine if Hush Puppy, right? Remember that scammer, Hush Puppy? Imagine if Hush Puppy, like, grew up in fucking Texas. That's what I imagine he'd be wearing as he's driving down the street in his fucking Rolls Royce Phantom in purple with a cowboy hat and, I don't know, an outfit that looks like he could be the leader of some church somewhere. It's very scammy, but you're not scamming bank cards, you're scamming horses. Come on, man. What the fuck is that? What's that girl wearing, bro? What is this shit? What is this shit? What is this? Isabel Marant Cowboyz. She's got this horrible... Oh, man. They did her so dirty. They did her so fucking dirty. What the fuck is this? What is that? Cowboy boots with the jeans tucked in. And she's way too pretty to be... Like, they did her dirty, bro. They did this girl fucking dirty. She's got the hair flowing. Looks like she's in a music video. But look at that. Look at that outfit. What are these little frilly bits? Like, what is going on here? The jeans don't even look like they fit properly. Look like they're a bit too big. Yo. Throw it all in a bin. Garbage. Garbage. Yeah, this is all shit. This is fucking terrible. See that guy's face? That's me. Look at that guy's face in the front row. Look at that guy's face on the front row. That's me. That's me there. That is me. That's my face. See that guy in the front row? That white dude there? Maybe he owns a boutique somewhere in fucking St. Petersburg. That's my face. Like, what the fuck is that? He's probably a buyer thinking to himself, how the fuck am I meant to select for this? Who's going to buy this shit? He's probably a buyer thinking, oh my bloody God, I've got to spend 5 mil on this. I've got a fucking budget to spend. There's nothing here. What the fuck is this? Look at him. Oh my God. Is that Peso Pluma at the front there? Is that Peso Plomo? Am I mistaken? Is that my guy Peso Plomo? Or is that somebody else? Is that Peso Plomo? I think that's Peso Plomo. I think so. Big up Peso Plomo. Oh, come on, man. What the fuck is that? Look at how terrible that is. What lemon look that is. Oh my God, bro. Oh my God. This is giving... What's that show I've been watching? You know what it looks like? It looks like the fucking wardrobe from fucking Fargo. Is it Fargo season? Whatever Fargo season is now at the moment, it's set in like, you know... It's set in wherever it's setting. But one of the guys involved in it, John Hamm, the guy from fucking Mad Men, he plays a guy that's like he owns a ranch and shit. And this is what he'll be wearing. This is giving John Hamm in Fargo. Fucking hell. Hey yo, big up Uche, morning, big up Uche, and big up Megan Klobchar. Oh, maybe I'm early enough, you will see my comment. I'm dying to know if you saw Chris go on that sex podcast. It's so insane, especially after claiming sex addict needed rehab. No, I haven't seen it yet. I think it's with a girl, isn't it, right? Is it with a girl? I forgot, I saw a picture, I saw a thumbnail, but I never check it out. You know what, I don't know. When it comes to Chris D'Elia content, it's kind of hard for me to get through it, I'm not gonna lie. The guys are legit, like, I've realized recently, as much as I say I like psychos and I like to watch destructive behavior and I get a kick out of seeing people spiral and crash out, deep down I'm a pussy. People that are really crazy and people that have real dark sides, I kind of stay away from them. I don't really want to talk about them or watch their content, you know? I'm a bit of a pussy that way, I'm not gonna lie. I think I spoke about it before on the pod. I'm like, oh yeah, I like psychos, I like to see people crash out, I like weird shit, but really when actual dark, because Chris D'Elia is dark, he's got some darkness about him. When he's around and when there's content about him on, I don't want to watch or see it because, you know, that guy's got up to some real dark, shady, evil shit, and I just don't want to be, you know, exposed to it, you know? I'm a little bit superstitious in that way. I don't want to be exposed to his dark, evil shit. You know, I don't want to get any of that fucking diddler energy on me. So more power to that girl for talking about sex to Chris D'Elia, right? For being on a pod with him while he gets his fucking dick hard. But that's not for me. That is not for me. No more diddler, no more pedo thing unless I have to. Yeah, I don't like this at all. Controversial opinion. I absolutely hate brown on black people. I know black people love it, but I absolutely detest when the color brown on us. I detest it. I think it looks terrible. Obviously, there's the tendency for it to look like you're naked from afar, right? Depending on your skin tone, it could look like you're naked from far away, but I just don't like it. I guess it just like, I think if you're dark like myself and like this model, I think it's nicer to have like brighter colors to kind of pop off your skin, right? The whites, the fucking reds, anything neon, right? Just to kind of make your skin pop, especially if you put on certain fucking moisturizers and shit. You can look like you're fucking glistening. Literally, you could look like you bloody took a fucking bath in a tub of olive oil. It could be absolutely fantastic. But I think brown, if anything, it mutes us. It kind of dumbs our star. It kind of makes us look a little bit ordinary. It kind of makes you kind of blend into the fucking background. I don't like it. I hate brown on black people. I fucking hate it. I don't own a single piece of clothing that's brown in my wardrobe. I think I used to actually have a Supreme t-shirt, actually. I had a really cool Supreme t-shirt that I ended up selling because I just didn't like how it looked on me. When I'd be walking down the street, I'd be thinking like I'm fucking walking down the street topless. And the only times I'm topless is when I go to fucking techno parties. I'm not gonna fucking just be walking down the street topless with a brown shirt on. So I don't like brown, and I don't like this. I'm not gonna lie. Even though the model's oh, that's a fucking walk, innit? Look at that walk. That is a walk and a half. God damn. That's a walk, innit? Look at that. Strut. Oh, look at that. Look how horrible the outfit is. Look how badly it fits him. Look at the shoulders. I didn't even study fashion design. Honestly, I'm just a dumbass. I'm just a fucking dumbass from middle of nowhere fucking London, right, chatting out my asshole through a webcam, and even I can tell that fucking overcoat, that whatever, I don't know if it's called a peacoat or whatever fucking style of jacket that is, even I can tell that's been cut to shit. Look how terrible that falls on his shoulders. Look at how far the seam is away from his actual shoulder. You might as well make that a Ranglan sleeve if you're gonna have the seam fall that low. It might as well be near his fucking elbow. Look at that crease there. That is terrible. That was like a jacket that he bought from a vintage shop in fucking Kreuzberg. What is that, bro? That is so bad. And this is a model in fucking prime shape, right? He's fucking probably 170 pounds, 6'2", super handsome. And look how terrible this fucking jacket looks on him. Yikes. Yeah, count me out. Count me out, man. Count me out. This is giving fucking, this is giving one of those, this is giving a, choir leader in a Western who's also been accused of maybe diddling the kids. This looks like it. I don't know. This is giving like, sit on my lap. I don't like this at all. I'm gonna have to stop this and watch it and just see the clips. Come on, man. What is that? There's a camo jacket. Is that camouflage? With a hat, with a scarf. Okay, I'm gonna check out the clips now. I'm not gonna watch this video anymore. This is pissing me off. With what are those aviators? Aviators, and there's a scarf, I guess, around the neck with what looks like a camo jacket. I don't know if in Westerns or if that era they were wearing camo. I don't know. Like, this is all over the place. This is all over the place. Anyway, I'm just going to check out the actual Vogue runway pictures now because I can't be bothered with the actual show itself. Watching it all is fucking driving me crazy. So I'm actually going to head over to Vogue runway right now and see the actual pictures themselves. Look at the blurb. That's how I know the show is shit. When they write this much text, right? Who's the reviewer? The reviewer is Luke Leach, or how you pronounce his name? Luke Leach, right? Look at the review. Look at how many paragraphs there are in this review. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's probably loads of waffle and payola in here. Like, that's how you know the show's shit. When you have to write all this fucking backstory shit. Pharrell was actually inspired by his wife's new hobby of buying ponies. And when he went to visit them, it's like, fuck off. We don't care. Are the clothes good? Yes or no? That's what we want to know. You know what I mean? But again, what do I know? I'm just some fucking idiot here talking out my absolute ass. But let's see what the collection looks like via the Vogue runway pictures. Okay, cool. Let's actually go back to the top here. So look number 1 might be my favorite. That opening look is really strong, I feel like. That long coat with the tassels at the bottom, what looks like silver boots, the color of the jeans, the model looks fucking fantastic. I don't know if that's jasmine. I don't know what that color is. I forgot. I don't know what the actual is it. I don't know what it's like a turquoise color, and I think a lot of Native Americans like to wear that sort of jewelry. That looks amazing. It matches the buttons on his shirt, which is cut a bit short. Like, that looks fucking great. That's my favorite look, I think, in the whole collection. That look number 1. Look number 2 and 3, you can pass that. Because again, I'm thinking of that. I think is it D Squared? D Squared do it much better than this. I swear to God. Again, all the looks from looks 4 to 6, I don't like. Look 7 to 9, absolutely terrible. Look 8, I feel like Virgil did this like before he passed, like a million times. This entire look with the double-breasted jacket and the kilts and the trousers and even the slits on the side of the trousers. It feels very Virgil coded. So I don't know if this is a leftover design that Pharrell just kind of, reappropriated. Maybe this is sustainability. When people in fashion talk about sustainability, maybe this is what it is. You just see an old look on the fucking note on the board, right? When you're fucking doing your shows, or you go through old sketchbooks and you find a look, you're like, you know what? Let's just redo that. That's sustainability in fashion. Let's just redo what the previous creative director did, but in my own colorway. Look 10 to 12s, terrible. Look 12 might be one of the worst looks ever. That wouldn't look out of place at fucking, at fucking Pull and Bear or something. That is one of the worst things I've ever seen. The cut on that jacket is terrible. The jeans, the boots, everything about it is shit. You don't need a bag. Again, I think he's overdoing the bag thing. Maybe the bags are one of the biggest sellers. And I think Louis Vuitton, if I'm not mistaken, they sell a lot more accessories than they do ready to wear. But the bags, they're kind of ODing on the bags a little bit. They need to chill out with the whole bag thing. It's not that deep. We move on again here. I don't like the fucking ever looks. Look 13 to 15 I don't like. Although this model is absolutely mesmerizing, whatever her name is here. Look number 14, she looks absolutely gorgeous. But the outfit, garbage. I hate brown on black people. I detest it. I don't think it looks great. I think we deserve pop. We deserve color. But I know nowadays brown is a bit of an in vogue colorway, I feel like now. Maybe because of the whole like You know, the whole like Y2K era sort of trend coming back in. A lot of those video vixens and models from back in the day were wearing a lot of brown, shiny black skin, you know, whatever it may be. But I don't particularly like it, but I think she looks absolutely fantastic. Whoever she is, take a bow. Looks, what's that? Looks 16 to 18. 18 is quite cool. I like 18. The model looks great. It's good to see older models down on the runway. I like that. I don't know if it's mink or fur, or maybe it's faux fur. That's fucking incredible. I hope it's actually real. Pharrell needs some controversy. He needs some edge. I hope that's actually something taken off the carcass of a fucking bull or something, whatever it may be. I hope that fur is real. And I hope that bag, that croc type of bag, is also real. Like, we need to return back to, you know, fucking killing and skinning, you know, animals for our fucking fashion pleasure. That's what we need to get back to. Let's forget all that faux stuff. Like, allow it. Like, give me, if I'm going to spend money on this designer shit, I want to know that some fucking hunter somewhere in the depths of fucking South Africa, you know, some probably Dutch woman has shot a fucking camel or a giraffe for the sake of my belt. I would want that. Look at this. Look at this fucking LARPing workwear shit. This is like, I guess, like a Dickies jacket or like a Carhartt jacket. And the model is carting the trunk, the Louis Vuitton trunk down the runway on top of a dolly or whatever that thing is called, right? A little with wheels on it. But I'm wondering, in that era, in that era where this is based, the West, you know, with cowboy era, did they have carts with wheels like that, with rubber wheels? Was that a thing? This reminds me of that movie. What was that movie? By Sofia Coppola, where she unfortunately had a pair of Converse in it. Or that episodes of fucking Game of Thrones where they mistakenly left the Starbucks cup on the table. Like, how it's like having a drone during the cowboy. Like, what? There were drones where Cowboys and Indians were, right? Okay, cool. Whatever you say, bro. Looks 22 to 24. I don't fucking like. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is so terrible. I feel like he did this look 23 already in a previous collection. This denim look with the fucking monogram print. Don't get me wrong, it's quite cool, but I feel like this has been done already, this particular look. I feel like I've seen it already before, but maybe I'm bugging and I'm confused. Wow, look number 26 is what a mess. There's so much going on there and none of it is good. Wow. Again, does every model walking down the runway have a bag in their hand? Yeah, they have OD'd on the bags, isn't it? Look at that. Every single model that's walked this runway is holding a bag in their hand. That's how you know, like, that's how you know Pharrell's definitely a very malleable yes person. That's why probably he got hired. If they ask him, hey, we need more bags, he's going to put more bags in there. Hey, we need more sunglasses get put in there. He's going to do whatever they say, you know, within, you know, just to basically keep everybody happy. Because that's the thing about Pharrell. He's basically the older version of Travis Scott. Very inoffensive. But also he's associated with hip hop, but he's one of the safest options. If you want like the black hip hop kind of market, but you don't want any of the fucking guns, you don't want any of the gang culture, you don't want any of the twerking, any of the obscene displays of wealth, the drug culture, you go to Travis Scott and you go to Pharrell Williams. Those are the two safest options. And God, look, every model has a fucking bag. Yo, they OD'd on the fucking bags, bro. Enough, man. I'm bored. Give us a new shape. Again, with the fucking same fucking bag shape again. Like, look at these designs. Oh my God, bro. Are those double knee pants made in like normal? Like, what is that? What is that jacket even? What is that bomber? What is all of this? Yo, this is okay, look number 32 is, oh my God, that digi camo again. You did it again. That fucking digi camo thing. Look 31. Come on, bro. Again. Yo, he's recycling old Virgil looks, and he's only 2 collections or 3 collections in, and he's already referencing himself. He's referencing himself, and he's only 2 or 3 collections in. Are you silly? Again, with the carts and the trunks. It's funny because most likely that style of jacket was invented before this cart with the wheels was. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like they were all invented at different points in time. I bet you. They were all invented at different points in time. Probably across like a 60-year time range or something. Maybe even more. Like from the workwear jacket to the trunks to the fucking cart with the wheels on it. Like absolutely crazy. That jacket is fairly nice. That varsity jacket, not too shabby. That chore style jacket with the monogram print is okay. Again, like honestly, D Squared, when D Squared does cowboy, it's almost done in a very queer, super gay way, but it's incredibly chic, incredibly slick, incredibly wearable. This stuff legitimately feels like fancy dress, or it feels like something you'd see at Beyond Retro. That's what it feels like. You know, like when you go to Beyond Retro and there's like a Western theme and someone will style, like, you know, there's usually someone that works at Beyond Retro that's maybe like a, you know, a frustrated stylist that probably has never made it. And they, you know, they go crazy on the fucking mannequins and they just try some shit out, right? Because why not? It's fucking retail. And it's a bit mad. This is what it looks like a little bit. This reminds me of a mannequin you see at fucking Beyond Retro or at Rocket or something. You know what I mean? Like, this is, oh my God, look at Pusha T. Look how awful that is, bro. Pusha T out here looking like a stud. Pusha T out here looking like a stud mechanic. What is that? Yo, that is got one of the worst looks I've seen in this collection. Pusha T deserves better than that. Again, the Digicamo suit. Oh my God, terrible. That jacket. Okay, this might be one of the best looks actually. Look number 42. But I don't know if it's partly because of the model. I'm not too sure if it's the model selling it. Oh, is that one of Shannon Sharp's kids? Look number 41. Is that one of Shannon Sharp's sons? Or is that, or am I just thinking of another black person? Why does he look familiar to me? Look number 41. Looks like it could be Shannon Sharp's kid. I don't know. But yeah, this model, look number 42, might be one of my favorite ones. I think this jacket is called like a... Is it like a motorcycle, or is it like a motorcycle jacket or a driver's jacket? I don't know. Let me see if I can find. Is it a driver's jacket? I don't think it's a driver's jacket. Is it a driver's jacket? It's almost that collar. I don't know what that collar's called. Is it a driver's jacket? Or is it a moto jacket? I'm not too sure. Because I remember I had one before from Dr. Martens that was waxed with that sort of collar. Okay, it's not a is it a yeah, that's it. There we go. Whatever style that jacket is, that's what it's called, right? Is it a driver's jacket? What's the actual model of it called here? I'm curious. Driver San Francisco. Yeah, so it's kind of a driver's jacket, I guess. It's kind of got that kind of, whatever that collar is, where it's got like one button snap on it. That's quite nice. I think that might be one of my favorite looks. That brown look there with the pants. But again, it could be part of it could be partly due to the model. The model looks pretty cool and he's making it look great. Oh my God, look how bad that is. Look, going from one good look to a bad one. That cardigan with those double knee pants, miss. That looks good. I like the boots. Those boots are fucking hard. I think that might be Timberland collection. Those are actually quite nice. He made like a Timberland's boot that's almost similar to a Red Wing. Oh no, that's Shannon Sharp's kid, isn't it? There we go. That's Shannon Sharp's kid. This kid here. The quarterback, I think. Those boots are really nice. I think they're Timberland collaboration. They look like Red Wings. Red Wings have a particular model that looks the same as this. So I quite like those. The end of the show it kind of improves at the end. Towards the end, it kind of improves. I don't know. Yeah, it kind of improves. I don't know. I'm really clutching at straws here. Look number 46 is pretty good. Oh my God. They were wearing tracksuits in the Western there. What the fuck is this? All of a sudden, it's gone to like Jeremy Scott. All of a sudden, we're playing like, what the fuck is this? Look number 47 is garbage. Look number 48 is really nice. I like the color of that yellow coat. That's really nice with the leather collar. That's awesome with the big front pockets. That's really nice. I like that actually. I like that entire look. That looks really fucking good. I love this. It's got double jacket, right? He's wearing another jacket on the inside with that. Okay, cool. That looks good. Oh my God, the rest of it looks terrible. I'm not too mad at that jacket actually from look number 50. That long overcoat is actually pretty decent. Look number 49, okay. So the end of the show is where it kind of improves. 52 is really good as well. Oh, this looks very, very odd compared to the rest of the collection. But I think look number 54 is super hard. Like I'd wear the fuck out of that outfit. Head to toe, I'd wear that. With these fucking flared, I think that's a flared leather pants with patches all over them. And then you've also got this biker jacket, motorcycle jacket, I'm assuming, with the cowboy hat. That actually looks really good. Somehow he's been able to make a motorcycle jacket with flared leather pants look Western. I don't know how. Maybe it's a leather pant. Maybe it's the flares. But I like how this doesn't look like, you know, your regular motorcycle jacket outfit. So I quite like look number 54. I'd wear the fuck out of that. And the rest of it is a bit forgettable. I'm not going to lie. The rest of it is very, very forgettable. Very, very, very forgettable. Oh, I guess, I don't know who that guy is, that model. He's back again on look number 63. That top is quite nice, actually, with the big snap buttons on it. Oh, look number 62 is quite nice. The denim suit with those, whatever, is it jade? I think the color of those pearl buttons, which will go in accessories. Oh, are those millionaires? Am I seeing millionaires there? Did Pharrell bring back the OG millionaires? I think those are OG millionaires. That's pretty cool. The glasses that Pharrell made famous back in the day, he brought them back. Those are quite nice. But collection-wise, the clothing is so garbage. Okay, that jacket is banging. That jacket there. This might be one of the hardest jackets there. Look number 67. That jacket with the embroidery, the black leather bomber with the LV all over it. That almost looks like a Louis Vuitton Fug Club collaboration. That looks fucking hard. I'd wear the fuck out of that jacket. That is one of the best ones in there. It's probably going to be like 10 grand, but that's really nice. And the rest of it, I don't really care for, to be honest. The rest of it is fucking shit. How many looks is there? Look, how much garbage is here? Is it 100? Okay, there we go. And then Pharrell comes out at the end. Honestly, enough with the peace signs, bro. Give us good collections. Pick up a pencil. Do something, bro. Enough with the peace signs. Enough. Just this. Oh, yeah, this is garbage. Let's actually see the glasses. Yeah, are they OG millionaires? Let me actually see if the millionaires are here, because I would love to see if that's actually true. If it's OG okay, the cowboy boots are weird, isn't it? Cowboy boots without the obvious heel. They've almost been sunken in there. That's pretty interesting look there. You got leather cowboy hats. I'm not really down for. Oh, I love the earrings. Those earrings are beautiful. I'd wear the fuck out of those. Those blue Tiffany earrings with, I think it's like a gold rim. Those are quite nice. I really fucking like those. The jeans and the bags, not too much. Let me see I just want to see the glasses. Yeah, they are. There they are. That's the OG millionaires. Those are the original Louis Vuitton millionaires. Those are the original ones. Okay, he brought them back. He actually brought back the OG millionaires, not the update versions, because Virgil remade the millionaires like these, as you can see on the screen. But the OG versions were a bit flatter. The ones that Pharrell and Nigo made famous. There they are, right? Pharrell Williams and there, see? That version there that he's wearing on the left. Those are the ones that he made famous, actually. Let's copy that image just so you can see it properly. So that one, those are the ones that he made famous there. And I think that's the same version than what we have here, courtesy of Vogue Runway, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's the same one. That's pretty cool. I like the fuck out of that. That's pretty fucking cool. I'm not mad at that in the slightest. So that's about it. But the rest of it is fucking like look how gorgeous this model is. Look what they made her wear. Look what they made her wear. The jeans don't even fit properly. Look at the crease. Look at that. The jeans don't fit properly. Look at the creases here. She could fit a whole nother person in the front of her jeans. Fucking hell. Yeah. Again, not that impressed. Pharrell's really been lacking, I feel like, when it comes to his collections lately. Looking back at some of the previous ones here on the Vogue Runway site, so far he's had one good collection, his debut for Louis Vuitton menswear. Apart from that, it's been one mediocre collection after another. And I'm of the feeling that most likely he's going to end up getting booted. I don't think it's going to last. I don't think he's going to be at Louis Vuitton for long, because this stuff is not good. It's not good in the slightest. Again, I could be over whooping, but I don't think I am. I think it's really, really fucking bad. Because that's the first one, right? The first collection was 2024. Pre-fall 2024 was terrible. And then fall 2024 was not that great either. So I'm not really too sure where he's going with this so far. But for me, it hasn't been great. I'm not going to lie. It fucking hasn't been great. Let me actually read a bit of the review here, courtesy of Luke Leach. Let's see what this reviewer said. Let's see if he's absolutely sucking off Pharrell or if he's telling the truth. The day after Pharrell Williams' first rodeo for Louis Vuitton, the studio he leads began to work on his collection. Now that you can begin to join the dots, it appears that he's taken the house on something of an odyssey. The 4 LV trunks wheeled down the runway tonight strongly suggest he's still en route to somewhere. That's a nice way of saying that you don't know what's going on. That's a politically correct way of saying I have no idea what he's doing or where he's going. He's still en route for somewhere, but for fall 2024, his Louis Vuitton moved into what was home territory for Williams, the US, and the heritage of the Western. Speaking to the press, during a post-show howdy, he said, "When you see Cowboyz portrayed, you only see a few versions. You never get to see what some of those original Cowboys look like. They look like us." Multicultural Cowboys is fucking crazy. Multicultural Cowboys is fucking crazy. Diversity Cowboys is insane. Imagine trying to make a political statement by trying to rewrite history. Actually, there was actually really, it's like, what? Like, we know what that era was like, bro. Like, we were getting lynched. Do you know what I mean? Us and the actual natives that were actually there that got fucking displaced, right? Quote unquote. They were getting lynched. So are we. Like, come on, bro. They had us fucking, wheeling around carts. They had us on fucking chains. Like, we know what that history was like. We weren't fucking bandits, doing what we wanted. Do you know what I mean? Like, what? They look like us. They look like us. They look like me. They look like black. They look like Native American. Honestly, Pharrell's so full of shit. What the fuck is this, bro? Man's trying to rewrite history. What next? Is he gonna do an ancient Egypt collection next? Honestly, if he does next collection and he sets it in fucking Cairo and he has all these black models walking down the street and walking down the runway, like, yeah, you actually know that Tutankhamun was actually a black guy? Tutankhamun's name was actually Tyrone. It's like, what? It continues. Native people of what became the United States were respected and represented in tonight's telling via participation and acknowledgement. The House said that the artists from the Dakota and Lakota tribes contributed to the accessories. These include hand paintings and beautiful desert flowers embroideries. The opening and closing music was composed by Williams and Lakota Hokie Claremont and performed by a group of Native Americans, Voices of Resistance. Man got a Native American choir. Like, come on, bro. This guy. Performative virtue signaling nonsense. Amongst the models was Lakota musician Gunnar Jules, big up Gunnar Jules, who carried a painted keeper above his hand tooled Goodyear welted boots, jeans, and LV cowboy buckles. Still though, American history was frighted and subject to fiery debate in the battleground of contemporary cultural identity. Not really. It's not full. It is what it is. It's not appealing. It's not great to look back at, especially some of the accounts, you read them. But I think confronting history as is a far better way than just trying to retell it through a modern lens. Like, history is what it is. Let's learn from it. Let's do better. But like, trying to rewrite history to sort of like, make you feel better or make you feel warm and fuzzy, because nowadays the things that they got away with back then could never run now, is really doing a disservice to the experience that those people went through back in the day, to be honest. This year, Louis Vuitton founded its startup workshop by Place Vendôme, 1854, was also the year of the Achut massacre. I think that's what he calls. The first Seacoast War and capture and re-enslavement of the Anthony Burns in Virginia. Williams said, so this is all political stuff, right? It's not just about, no wonder the clothes are shit. This is all political fucking hand-wringing and shit, right? Cool. Get it. We're expressing ourselves from a place of love, no judgment. Just think about telling your story and telling your people's story as best as you can and doing it candidly with love. Yeah, but you can do the story with love without trying to rewrite history, without trying to make people feel warm and fuzzy. There's a way to celebrate Native American culture through the lens of the Western, through Westerns, by actually celebrating them and not trying to, they were actually black cowboys. And like, what does that do? Like, huh? The storytelling achieved by the studio and the artisan teams of the house, though the execution of the craft under Williams' direction was often outstanding. Lace shirts were embroidered with lasso throwing cowboys and denim jackets with yellow desert flowers, chaps in leather and denim, possibly the first. Look at you trying to celebrate denim leather chaps. It's fucking insane. This is payola, isn't it? Come on, Luke. You're trying to clap because he made the leather chaps. Louis Vuitton leather chaps. This is what we've been missing, yeah? We're missing Louis Vuitton leather chaps. Fuck off. Suiting including the collarless Pont Neuf jacket that is becoming a Williams LV emblem, and denim were riveted with turquoise, which is also toured into belts, collar tips, and boulos and jewelry and bags. Yeah, that turquoise, those turquoise bits of jewelry, I fucking love. The first rodeo, Damouflage. The first rodeo is Is that what it's called? It's called Damouflage. Was reinterpreted into reinterpreted to a pixelated camouflage with the printed calfskin trucker jackets and trunks. There was also an amazing black bomber in silk and satins. This was accessorized with black Speedy 40 set with studs and fringing. Another bag and a compact doctor's satchel in a dusty effect monogram was framed with the horseshoes at each side. This pointed to the time span covered by the collection in terms of Western dresses. The general section of workwear included a double-fronted work pants riveted with turquoise. Again, terrible. There was also an apparent anomaly, some of the kind of maybe glitch. Alongside a Western cut turquoise button camel suit and how-tooled cowboy boots in look 2, the model carried a strangely ergonomic bag. Exactly, strangely ergonomic, strangely modern bag set in a Western backdrop. Cool. Digital nomads, that's what they were. Digital cowboys, that's what it is, right? Digital Native American cowboys. Fuck off. The backstage look board referred to this as a R Project bag. Mysterious. Another left field inclusion was a turquoise and rhinestone set necklace inspired by the one. They've got jewelry inspired by Queen Victoria. Okay, I'm done. Fuck this, man. Terrible collection. Giving it a fucking what? A 4 out of 10. Maybe even less than that. This is no way to start Paris Fashion Week. Pharrell's not going to last for a long time at Louis Vuitton. I don't think so. This is really garbage. And again, like, I'm not even a fashion designer, but imagine going to fashion school for fucking 3 years. Imagine doing a master's. Imagine coming out that master's and starting an internship for a brand that you love, but then you find out the founder or the owner of the brand is a fucking piece of shit and they're paying you 22 to 24,000 per year, and you fucking live in Dawson, or you live in somewhere nice like West London, somewhere nice like Brixton, somewhere nice like Ladbroke Grove or whatever it may be. You're paying 2,000 rent per month, which is basically your whole paycheck, but you're working in fashion, so it's cool. You get free drinks, you get samples and whatever it may be, but the owner you work with is fucking horrible and works around the clock for 16 hours, and then you kick back to watch a fashion week show, you know, as you're sat, you know, on one of your fucking trendy fucking sofas, and guess what? Here you got Pharrell trotting this shit out. Imagine how angry you'd feel. You've committed to fucking, you gave away 5 of your years away to education under the hope that you would somehow get a fashion job. You come out of it, you're interning for a brand where the owner's a fucking piece of shit, right? You don't actually get to do fashion shit. You just, you know, organizing models, ordering the fucking waters and shit, making sure there's beers in the fridge, or at worst, ordering your fucking founder a bag of fucking Coke or whatever it may be every fucking Friday. You're not actually doing what you actually love to do. And then you see Pharrell pushing out this collection on the runway. That will drive me up the wall, mate. This is so garbage, so ordinary, so terrible. And yeah, just a waste of fucking fabric. This is what the opposite of sustainability is. Just designing this shit. People used to complain a lot about Karl Lagerfeld's expansive 100 plus look collections for Chanel and whatever else he was designing for. I forgot the time, right? They say, oh, this is a waste of fabric. No, this is a waste of fabric. What the fuck is this? Terrible, terrible, absolutely terrible. Anyway, my friends, that is it for now. That was a short one, but I wanted to quickly recap the Louis Vuitton show and obviously Man United playing. I hope you enjoyed the Agostinho Zinga show, episode number 739. I'll be back again with another episode very, very soon. For those of you checking in the show live, please make sure you like the stream. For those of you listening to the show after the fact, please make sure you give me a 5-star review. For those of you listening via the audio side of the podcast, you will hear my tune of the day. And my tune of the day today is by the one and only Tainy, courtesy of his album. I forgot the name of the album actually, but it's by Tainy. I think the album is called Data or something, and the track is called Sci-Fi. It features Alejandro, the ex-boyfriend, I think, of what's her name? I forgot her fucking name now, but it doesn't matter. But check out Tainy, Tayny. The track is called Sci-Fi. If you listen to the audio side of the podcast, you hear it playing now. If you're watching via live, nothing will play. I don't want to get taken down and it'll fade to black. But thank you for tuning in. Take care. Peace.